Please, everyone, remain standing for the invocation by Reverend Lori J. DeMott.
As we begin our program of convocation, I invite you to quiet your hearts and your minds for a moment of contemplation and prayer. We are gathered here today to mark the beginning of a new school year. For longtime staff and faculty, this moment feels familiar and worn, while for the students and new members of this community, the road ahead is completely new, full of mystery, promise, and even a little anxiety. Whether this is our first or 40th convocation, we know that no year is like the last, and each of us today stands on the threshold of an unknown future. For every person gathered here, there will be both joyful times and difficult days ahead, moments of frustration and moments of learning and accomplishment. There will be days so tough that we will be afraid to face them alone, and days so wonderful that it would be tragic to have no one with whom to share them. And so we pray this morning that no person sitting in this room today will travel this road alone. May these students forge good and life-giving friendships. May these professors and staff build strong collegial ties based on mutual respect and understanding. May this university community provide the tools that we need to grow in understanding and find common ground with those who are different from ourselves. And may we have the courage to reject hatred and division and instead open ourselves to new ways of being with one another. May each person here come to feel that Alfred University is a safe place to discover who they most fully are in themselves and who they most fully can be for others. And in the months ahead, may we sense a guiding, compassionate presence with us every moment of every day, so that when this year is through, we will know that we have become stronger people, people of wisdom and courage and peace. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend DeMott. Please be seated, everybody. Welcome to Alfred University's 188th year. Let me introduce the platform party to you. First, the Honorable Kathy Bassoon, U.S. District Judge for the Western District of Pennsylvania, and our keynote speaker today. Mark Daines, Vice President for Marketing Communications. Amy DeKay, Vice President for Student Experience. Reverend Lori DeMott, our Interfaith Advisor. Dr. Beth Ann Doby, our Provost and Chief Operating Officer. Dr. Gabrielle Gaustad, the Dean of the Inamori School of Engineering, Vice President for Statutory Affairs, and Associate Provost for Research. Dr. Juliana Gray, Professor of English and Director of our university's Honors Program. Jonathan Kent, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Mark Lewis, the Dean of our College of Business. Dr. El Mancuso, an alum, Dean, School of Graduate and Continuing Studies, and our AUNY program. Aaron Martinovich, Vice President for University Advancement. Tammy Raub, Vice President for Business and Finance. Natalie Reynolds, our Student Senate President, member of Class of 2024. Dr. Robert Stein, Dean of College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And Brian Sullivan, the Dean of our AU Libraries. Now let's applaud them. To give our official welcome, I'd like to welcome Amy DeKay, our Vice President for Student Experience.
Good afternoon, students. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to Alfred University. I've had the pleasure of serving as the Vice President for Student Experience here at Alfred for just over 1 year. So much has happened over this past year to prep for your arrival here today. Today truly is an exciting day, as you all are part of one of the largest classes in recent AU history, with well over 500 new students. We have students from 29 different states and over 45 international students from all over the world, including such places as India, Ukraine, Australia, Tanzania, amongst many others. Some of the top majors include at least 113 of you are art and design students, 48 business administration majors, 37 of you are biology majors, 37 are criminal justice majors, 38 are psych majors, 37 of you are academic explorers, 30 mechanical engineering students, and many, many more amongst all our other majors. Lots of you are first-time freshman students. Lots are transfer students. But we also have 43 transfer students from my alma mater and my former university, Medaille University. Welcome to Alfred. Over 230 of you are student athletes, 23 of which are new to AU for our varsity baseball program, a program we just announced launching in May. Never did we imagine 23 of you would be new to AU for baseball. The number of students is striking, but the diversity of the class is profound, which aligns with the core value, our value of inclusivity. Here at Alfred, the faculty and staff understand that it's our job, it's our mission to help you realize your purpose. You'll hear a lot about that during your time at Alfred. As part of this, we know ensuring you have a web of supporters, mentors, is extremely important to your success. Those can be team coaches, your professors seated here in the front rows, staff, work supervisors, or people like me. So let's get your first contact of your web of support in your cell phones. Students, take out your cell phones. For real, this is like you get to use your cell phones during Convocation. Your instructors probably will not want you to do this during class, but take them out anyway. Open your texting. You're gonna text my cell phone number with your first and last name and something like this. Hi, this is Zachary Ray Conklin. Zachary's actually here in the crowd somewhere. He's a student athlete from New Jersey. He's actually a second-generation Alfred student. Where's Mom? Mom is somewhere in the crowd. Mom is also an AU alum. We have Lucas Ryan from Dublin, Ohio. Lucas was captain of both the water polo team and the swimming and diving team of his school. He's also an Eagle Scout. We have Patrick Lynch somewhere in here, transferring from Suffolk County Community College, majoring in ceramic engineering. And we have Quentin Jordan, who's transferring from Medaille University. He's a pitcher that I've enjoyed watching pitch. He's new to our baseball team. Shanshanique Polik is from Troy, New York, and an AU scholar. So you get the idea, you know the assignment. Are you ready? Here's my cell phone number. As President Zupan mentioned, my first name is Amy and my last name is DK. You can just use the letters D and K to remember it. So while you're fulfilling that assignment, I'm gonna take a group selfie of us, and then I'm gonna text it to everyone that texts me, so you can send it to your family members so they can remember this occasion. So bear with me. Someone's already texted me. Oh, here we go. Hold those texts, I gotta take the selfie. You're gonna mess with the selfie. Hang on. You all weren't good at following directions. I already have 112 text messages. I said, hang on. So I'll respond with the selfie photos so you all have a photo of today, but please pass them on to your family members so they can remember the occasion also. See, no one is too big or small to be your web of support here at AU. All you need to do is call on us regularly and don't be afraid to ask for help. Please text or call me if you need anything at all during your time here at Alfred. No question is too small. Welcome to Alfred, students. It's going to be an exciting year. And I'll complete my end of the homework assignment probably by 5 p.m. tonight to send you those selfies. But now, please join me in welcoming Natalie Reynolds to the podium. Natalie is your Student Senate President.
Good afternoon and welcome new students. As Amy DeKay just said, my name is Natalie Reynolds and I am a fourth-year student majoring in art and English. First, I want to congratulate you on making it here today. You've survived at least 13 years of school and still came back for more, which is not an easy feat. Don't discount the work you did to get here. Second, I'd like to pass on a couple of tips to make these next 4 years a success. While it may seem counterintuitive for a welcome speech, I'm going to share with you that my first year here, I hated Alfred. I was convinced that I was going to transfer and spent a lot of time looking for other schools to attend. But that time distracted me from what I eventually realized made Alfred so special. 3 years later, I can't imagine being anywhere else. Something that was vital to keeping me in Alfred was finding a support system. As an introvert who came to school in the middle of the pandemic, I understand how unnerving it can be to approach people, and even more so to ask for help. But I can also tell you that during the 3 years I have been here, I have never had a negative response to doing so. I want to encourage you to be bold in making connections during your time here. Get started today by having a conversation with someone you haven't met before. A fellow first-year student, an upperclassman, a faculty member, or even a member of the Alfred community. A simple hello could turn into your difference between looking for transfer schools and calling Alfred your home. My second tip is to get involved. Over the summer, I was at an internship with 7 other students from around the country. What I took away from my conversations with them is that Alfred is truly one of a kind, or you could say, outside of ordinary. As I talked with my fellow interns about my classes and experiences at Alfred, their jaws genuinely dropped, and I realized that common opportunities at Alfred are not as common as I had taken them to be. It is easy to take what Alfred has for granted. I am so thankful for the new appreciation that I have for AU, realizing what a fantastic education that I've received. That being said, I wish I had realized it sooner. As my time here draws to a close, I look back with regret at the time I wasted, not taking advantage of the resources that Alfred offers. So spend time with professors, be in the studio, be in the lab, attend SAB events and clubs, come to Student Senate Wednesdays at 8 p.m. in Nevins Theater, and find out what's happening on campus. Don't waste your time here, because before you know it, you'll be looking back over the last 3 years wondering where they went. So as you go out today, if you're nervous about finding someone to talk to, come and talk to me. I look forward to meeting you and helping you make Alfred your home. Welcome again, and I hope you all take Alfred for all it has to offer.
Thank you, Natalie. It's my great pleasure now to introduce our keynote speaker, a member of our class of 1990. And when you read her profile in the book, the program for today, you'll see she epitomizes our 3 core strengths here at Alfred University: the strengths of inclusivity, intersections, and mentoring. She not only epitomizes them, but lives them. Went from here to Harvard Law School to earn her JD, rose up through the ranks through 2 multinational firms in their Pittsburgh offices, ended up running a division at each firm. In 2011, she was appointed by then President Barack Obama as the United States District Judge for the Western District of Pennsylvania. With her appointment, Kathy Bassoon became the first Hispanic female Article III judge in Pennsylvania, the first Asian American Article III judge in Pennsylvania, and the first South Asian American female Article III judge in the entire United States. We're proud to call her an alumna, and now I'd like to call her to the podium for her remarks.
Esteemed faculty, parents, friends, honored guests, and most of all, the class of 2027, welcome to Alfred University. I'm so honored to be here today to be your speaker. Like everyone who's called upon to give a convocation speech, I asked around for advice to find out what you guys would want to hear from me. So my husband, who's out here in the audience, suggested that I should ask ChatGPT what I should say to you today. And so I have to confess that my curiosity did get the best of me, and so I did check it out. And this is honestly what ChatGPT told me to say to you today in part. So today marks the beginning of an extraordinary journey, one that will challenge your intellect, nurture your creativity, and shape your character. As we stand here at the threshold of your college experience, I want to share with you a few thoughts that I hope will guide and inspire you throughout your time here. Alfred is not just a place. It is a community, a canvas upon which your dreams and aspirations will take form. Our campus sits amidst the rolling hills of New York, a landscape that mirrors the endless possibilities you will encounter during your academic pursuit. You are no longer just a student. You're a part of the Alfred family, a diverse tapestry of thinkers, creators, and leaders who will learn and grow together. Now, that's pretty good, right? I mean, it's not bad. It went on to wax poetic about the great research labs and the studios and some other things, but notwithstanding the accuracy of everything it had to say, I did feel that it lacked a certain personal touch. And so I went back to the drawing board, and I toyed with perhaps talking to you about what my future self would say to my freshman self. But then I just thought that that's a really individual journey, and your journey may not be my journey, and so I decided I would leave those trials, errors, and course corrections to you. So here's where I landed. I decided I would focus today on why a girl from New York City ended up in the foothills of the Allegheny Mountains, a place that could not be further away from where I grew up. I'll preface this by saying that I've never been rejected by an institution of higher learning to which I've applied. Now, I say that not to brag, although my husband is out there thinking that it's a little bit to brag, but it's honestly not for that purpose. I say that because I chose this school. When I came here to Alfred, I fell in love with it immediately, and I chose this school. I come from a place that's filled with the sounds of the city. Honking horns, subways, sirens. The day I toured Alfred, it rained. Perhaps like today. But I could hear the rain, pure and unadulterated. I thought about what it would be like to live and study and even have conversations in a place so serene. So during my visits, I saw professors. They were having lunch at the campus center, eating at the Jet, and they were talking and interacting with students. And for a first-generation girl from New York City, a product of the New York City public school system, Alfred seemed to be a place where I would not just be a number. It seemed like a place where professors would take the time to get to know me and not let me struggle on this journey alone. Then there were the students I met. Not only were they smart, but they also genuinely seemed to love this place. And this place to me seemed like it was in the middle of the nowhere. It didn't matter whether they were from big cities or from small hamlets. Could a place like Alfred really be both academically challenging and also fun? Would I make friends with folks here who were different than me? So I chose this school, and I chose right. I had brilliant professors who knew me by name, some of whom became great mentors to me. I'll mention that I went out to dinner with one of my professors last night, 33 years later. This school prepared me for the challenges of law school and life. It taught me how to think independently, taught me how to be a leader, and it taught me how to interact in this diverse world. I explored things here that took an introvert like me outside her comfort zone. I did things like acting. As for fun, there was top talent concerts, exhibitions, comedy shows, and lectures. There were movies, extracurriculars, and cookouts. And I'll ask the parents to cover their ears now, as there were actually parties. And if you catch me later, I'll tell you about a party I went to with Adam Sandler. And just to be clear, I didn't go to the party, he and me. I was there and he was there. It was a party where we were both present. I made some of my best friends here at this school. Friends who would share in my triumphs and challenges, and who themselves would go on to do great things. And I'll mention now my good friend, Svetlana Gorodetsky, class of '92. She came all the way from Philadelphia to see me do this today. and I thank her for that. But it also goes to show that's an Alfred friendship. My friends came from places as big as New York City and as small as Ammon and every place in between. And we had those conversations that I envisioned, both meaningful and goofy, in the serenity of these foothills. And when I left on graduation day, I was full. I had chosen right. So I'm going to ask you, when the weather clears here in Alfred, if you have a moment, look up at the big Alfred sky, because it's pretty glorious. Breathe in the magic that is this place, and know that you have chosen right. So I'll close with this. In the immortal words of ChatGPT, Class of 2027, I urge you to seize every opportunity that comes your way. Embrace the challenges, cherish the friendships, and make your mark on this university and the world beyond. Your journey starts today, and I have no doubt that the footprints you leave behind will inspire those who follow in your wake. Welcome to Alfred University, a place where your potential knows no bounds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy, for your poignant remarks. Next, I'd like to welcome back Natalie, our Student Senate President.
We now pledge our commitment to our education and to the values of the Alfred University community by reciting the student charter. Please turn in the Convocation program to page 4 and repeat after me. We, the new student of Alfred University, welcome the challenges that lie before us. We enter this academic community knowing that our education will be enhanced by our experiences, both within and outside the classroom, and that our presence and active membership are valued by the university. In keeping with the Alfred University Code of Honor, we will maintain an academic and social environment which is distinguished by honesty, integrity, understanding, and respect. Every student is expected to uphold these ideals and confront any student who does not. Keeping these ideals in mind, we, the students, aspire to live, interact, and learn from one another in ways that ensure both personal freedom and community standards. We stand ready to accept the opportunities of learning as set forth by the President, Provost, Deans, faculty, and administration of the university. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you to our newest students for the commitment you've made and for joining our community. Kathy, I wished I would have thought about ChatGPT, wouldn't have had to spend so late last night writing these remarks. As our university begins its 188th academic year, and as you, our new students, embark on your journey at Alfred, I ask that you keep two phrases in mind and in your hearts. The first phrase is seek and you shall find. Our university's promise to you, our new students, is to help you realize your purpose. By purpose, I mean what brings meaning and joy while improving the well-being of others in some appreciable way. Realizing your purpose will bring you greater satisfaction, better health, and more fulsome happiness while making our world a better place. By enrolling at Alfred University, you've joined a community that offers three great strengths that were mentioned earlier when it comes to you realizing your purpose. Those strengths are our inclusivity, our intersections, and our mentoring. Let me briefly elaborate on these strengths. Inclusivity. Robert Zimmer, the former president of the University of Chicago, passed away just a few months ago. As president there, he was proudest of having articulated the Chicago principles focused on the importance of promoting freedom of speech on college campuses. While freedom of expression is important in higher education, we believe that giving such a principle such singular importance is playing too small a game. Organizations focused on freedom of speech tend to end up with speakers preaching to the choir because they too often attract like-minded individuals. One need only look at the echo chambers and polarization created by various media channels in our society to appreciate this point. At Alfred University, our bedrock value is inclusivity. We believe that fostering inclusivity matters the most to the success of individuals, organizations, and nations. Freedom of speech and thought matter greatly, but so do building the power skills of listening to and learning to work with others with different backgrounds, viewpoints, and aspirations, as mentioned by Kathy in her remarks. Hence, the primacy of fostering an inclusive community ensures that we realize the finest outcomes while engendering genuine compassion and respect. Alfred University prides itself on being inclusive from our start in 1836. We were the first higher education institution in the country to make our curriculum fully open to female students. While Oberlin College was the first to admit women, we were the second. But unlike many other schools in the 19th century, we placed no restrictions on the majors or the ability of students to speak publicly, regardless of gender. Our first class had 22 female and 14 male students, and all majors were open to all students, as was the ability to give public talks. By contrast, female students at Oberlin were restricted to certain majors, such as home economics, and could not give public talks. It was considered unseemly for several decades. Alfred University was also one of the first higher education institutions in the United States to admit African American and Native American students. Finally, the statistics that Amy Decay shared with you in her welcoming remarks about the diversity of backgrounds and aspirations of you, our newest undergraduate students, attest to our steadfast commitment to build on our core value of inclusivity. Next, intersections. Earlier this year, the Washington Post named Alfred the collegiatest town in the United States. During the academic year, 82% of the residents in our village are college students. The next most collegiate town in the United States, according to the Post, is at 69%, not even close. We're the only place in the country that we know of that has more higher education institutions than traffic lights. 2 institutions, 1 light. And you may not have noticed that for the newbies because our traffic light is currently not in operation due to the building of a new bridge and entrance to our campus. We plan to celebrate the renovated bridge and reinstalled traffic light with a glorious parade later this fall. While we may have only 1 traffic light, the intersections of which you can avail yourselves of as students at our university are plentiful and potent. Intersections across our broad range of curricular and co-curricular offerings, with applied learning, with power skills, with professional outcomes, and with community members having wide-ranging backgrounds, values, and career interests. We all encourage you to take full advantage and pursue different pathways, even ones that may seem strange or a bit beyond your reach today. And last, mentoring. Our third strength that I encourage you to tap into on your quest to realize your purpose is the faculty, staff, and prior students and their ability to provide guidance. Take an active role in building relationships within this constellation of prospective mentors to ensure that through Alfred University's power of addition, 1 + 1 will equal at least 3 for you. While you're ultimately the CEO of you, your ability to realize your purpose will be profoundly enhanced by the collection of advisors, mentors that you develop along the way. Take the initiative to meet with them during student hours. Ask them to get together over a cup of coffee or a meal to learn more about their field and what's worked for them or not worked for them. And use them as a sounding board when you seek to resolve the challenges that you confront. Alfred University has so much to offer you through our inclusivity, intersections, and mentoring. Kathy Bassoon, our keynote speaker, epitomizes all three. Her intersections as a student included studying political science and business, serving as an RA in our Pine Hill Suites, and participating in a variety of extracurricular activities in the humanities, such as acting and interpreting music through sign language. As Kathy mentioned, she became close friends with Svetlana Gorodetsky here at Alfred University, a fellow student. Svetlana, as she mentioned, is with us today in honor of Kathy. Last evening, they both had dinner with an emeritus faculty member that Kathy mentioned, Bob Heineman, one of several important mentors that they engaged with as students. Bob continued to provide them guidance well beyond their graduation here at Alfred University. To benefit from Alfred University's bounty, it is important for you to engage, as did Kathy and Svetlana. As a friend and former university president, Leo Lambert, is fond of saying, when you're at a banquet, don't make yourself a bologna sandwich. Seek and you shall find, as goes the first phrase. To help you seek, I'll be sending you a link to the electronic version of a book that just was published by Leo Lambert about what to do at a banquet like the one Alfred University offers. It's titled Connections Are Everything, a college student's guide to relationship-rich education. His first book was focused on helping faculty staff. This next book is a companion talking to the agency that students need to be able to benefit from an environment such as ours. The electronic version of the book is available free of charge from Johns Hopkins University Press. I encourage you to access the book and read at least the first 2 chapters. Now, how about the second phrase? Fiat Lux is our university's motto. Translated into English, the phrase means let there be light. Think about all the different ways that we can conceive of light. Its power to illuminate, the warmth it affords, and the diverse wavelengths and colors it unifies. These different conceptions make our university's motto especially apt, given our promise to you, our students, to help you realize your purpose through our inclusivity, our intersections, and our mentoring. In closing, keep these 2 phrases in mind as you begin your educational journey with us here at Alfred University. Seek and you shall find, and Fiat Lux. Welcome to Alfred University. Now I'd like to introduce Sarah Badeau, accompanied by Laurel Buckwalter, to lead our alma mater. Thank you, Sarah and Laurel. Reverend DeMont, would you do this the honor of providing a benediction?
Let us stand. And now may your feet remain steady on the paths of learning. May your days here at Alfred University be filled with goodness, friendship, and joy. May your wisdom increase, your life be whole, and the road before you be paved with peace. Amen.
Alfred University certainly provides an experience outside of ordinary. From this welcome weekend, including this convocation, throughout your time here, we hope you find your experience outside of ordinary.